Yo guys, welcome back to the Touchliner. Unfortunately, this week, it's a bit of a sore one. Not just for me, because I'm always going through it, but my fellow, I was going to say podcast co-host, but it's not even a podcast. My show co-host.
It's not even really a podcast anymore, yeah.
It's true. Both of us, one place apart in the table. We've just finished watching Arsenal play against Newcastle. 97th minute, Gabriel winner. Let's go over to our Newcastle correspondent for his thoughts.
Initial thoughts, it's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah.
Oh, swallow?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tough one to swallow, especially being Gabriel, considering he was just like top shithouse all game, like elbowing our players, like punched Voltemada in the face at one point. Not called up for it, obviously, because it's Arsenal, But overall, I think Arsenal fans will probably look at that game and think, yeah, we got what we deserved out of it. And they were the better team for, I think, 60 minutes of the game. Other sort of 30 minutes, Newcastle were pretty good. I wouldn't say it was a dominant performance from either team. I think it was quite back and forward, but I think Arsenal had a good control of their game. Newcastle seemed a little bit more up for it, more of a physical battle, whereas Arsenal were set in, ready to play around Newcastle. And, obviously they go away to teams to try and play this beautiful style of football and end up scoring from set pieces. So, that's the Arsenal way now. And it's a tough one to swallow, but, Arsenal overall probably have the deepest squad in the Premier League, to be honest. And bringing on Mourinho, Martinelli, these players help. Mourinho scored the first goal.
Odegaard?
Prick.
Assist?
Yeah. Odegaard assist. So, yeah, they have a deep squad, and it's a tough one to swallow. But overall, I think we played well. Good goal for Voltemada. He needs that, so he's on 2 goals now. He looks like a really good player, really holds the ball up well. People link off of him very well. He's obviously not a straight-out 9, but he's been scoring with his head a lot. The only 2 goals he scored, both headers. So, he's looked very good. I think overall Newcastle just look a little bit disjointed at times compared to some of the top teams. The flow of controlling the game is not always there. I think Bruno had a really good game. Tonali, a decent game. Voltemada had a really good game. But our winger situation is... Something needs to be done about Anthony Gordon and Anthony Elanga and Jacob Murphy, because we're not getting the most out of them at the moment. Yeah. And with Voltemada, you need to have your wingers firing, because that's who's going to play off him. You know what I mean? So... Overall, I think we need to look at Gordon now and say, what are you bringing? Because he hasn't brought a lot in a while now.
He hasn't
scored. And his
performance
is he loses... Yeah, he hasn't scored
since January in the league.
Yeah.
Which I think is insane.
Yeah, especially for a player who's signed for, 45 plus 5?
Yeah.
We invested in you. You need to be returning. Mm-hmm. And we're just not getting it right now. But I'm not mad. I'm not rattled.
Not yet. Wait till he goes on Twitter.
Yeah, overall, I think the VAR today has had a stinker either way, because I think you could give certain games that Arsenal penalty would have been given, and then certain games the Newcastle penalty would have been given. So it's just we're never going to win either way. Gabriel's hand is up here, and the ball hits it, not a handball in the box, and then obviously Pope. When Gyökeres goes through, he touches the ball. Obviously, Gyökeres smashes into him. I don't think it's a penalty. His feet are planted. So, I don't think it's a penalty at all. I don't know about you. What do you think?
Well, I've seen people comparing it to the Mbumo, the foul on Mbumo from Sanchez last week when United beat Chelsea. And that pretty much flipped the game. But the difference is, I think, from my point of view, Pope's looking at the ball. He's trying to get the ball. He's stuck his leg out to try and kick the ball away. Sanchez does get a touch on the ball, don't get me wrong. But he's going for Mbumo. You can see him looking at Mbumo when he flies into him, studs up. And also, there was no argument when the card got shown. He started walking. Like, I think it's there should be less debate around that. Yeah, it's two completely different situations. Sanchez comes out of the box, man. He's flying out of the box.
I was going to say, it's not even in the same vicinity. Like, Pope stands his ground just outside his 6-yard box, and Gyökeres, he goes flying. The difference is, with the Sanchez one, is he literally goes knee height on him and boots him,
Exactly, into like his knee, thigh area. So that's obviously very different. I know Gyökeres and Pope's knees hit, but I thought it was the right decision. What I didn't think was the right decision is what you brought up earlier when Gabriel slaps or whatever. He gets his hand in Walter Martin's face when he's running, and VAR looks at it and decides that that's nothing doing. It's away from the ball. It's not a challenge to get the ball. He just does it out of spite, and he gets away with it. And he goes on to score the winner. And, Richard Keys and Andy Gray think that he should have been sent off. They said it at halftime, and they said it again at full time. They said, don't know if the goal scorer should have been on the pitch, but Arsenal probably deserved that win. Which is fair. I'm not going to argue with that. That Merino header, you pretty much called it. As soon as he came off the bench.
Called it in our group chat before it happened. You could see the script was written.
He did, and here's a stat for you. Are you ready for this? The player who has scored the most goals for Arsenal in this calendar year, Mikel Merino. Now, if that doesn't say everything that it needs to say about Arteta and Arsenal and their style of football, there you go. And look, you can be shameless. If the Arsenal fans come to me or come to you, whoever, and admit, you know what? We're playing long ball. We're going set pieces. We're just going to be like twats, basically, because Gabriel's a twat. Yeah. Let's be honest. If they say that, I'll be like, yeah, okay, fine. And if you win the league or you win a trophy, then okay. But you guys are trying to tell me that you're playing good football. You guys are trying to tell me that you're outplaying teams, getting them off the park. Oh, everything's against us. Oh, poor Arsenal. Oh, mate. I promise you, all the other teams have it a lot worse than you. We've got it worse than you. Chelsea's got it worse than you. Even Newcastle have got it worse than you. Like, Arsenal and Liverpool are here, right? Everyone else is on their own level below you. You can argue amongst yourselves who's where. But Arsenal and Liverpool get the bulk of decisions. But there'll be one or two that don't go against them in a season, and that's it. That's the reason they didn't win the league. But you know what? You haven't got a reason anymore. You're 2 points off Liverpool with 6 games played. You've won at St. James's Park for the first time in what feels like donkey's years in the league. And let's see what you can do, okay? Let's see what you can fucking do. Because Ødegaard coming off the bench, actually doing a captain's performance, getting the assist. Fair enough, Gabriel from corners, water's wet, But do you think Arsenal could actually challenge or, dare I say, win the league?
Just go. Yeah, I think they're always going to be up there. They're going to be in that fight. Do I think they'll win the league? No, I don't think they'll win the league. But I've also been saying that for the past 2-3 years now. Like, they're just a second place team. Like, they'll make it until the last 5 game weeks and it'll slip off. And that's what's happened a couple seasons in a row now. But just to go back on what you said previously, I will not have it from Arsenal fans about playing this nice style of football and playing this like Arteta phase 7 ball, like he's finally No, bro. You are literally playing long balls, long throws and corners, set pieces. The amount of long balls that I saw in that Newcastle game was crazy. For a team that claims that they want to hold the ball as much, play this really nice 1-2-3 style of football, you don't see it a lot. Like, you saw it maybe once or twice in that Newcastle game, where they linked up really nicely. Newcastle often find themselves out of position after the press, so it is easier for Arsenal in that way. But also, like, the amount of long balls I saw pinged up to Gyökeres, who was just backing up into Teal or Botman and just getting battered. Like, he didn't have a single chance. He didn't have a single chance to win one. No, to win one of those. Headers.
Yeah.
That shot that he took, fair enough. But like, he's not that type of player. And like, I don't know what they thought doing that this game. It wasn't working for them. Hence why they got the goal from the crossing from the left side of the box and then a corner. So that's their bread and butter. That's like, admit that is your shtick. Like, Man United don't have an identity. Pep played that possession, growth style of football. You know, Leicester played the counter-attack ball in 2015-16. You play terrorism ball. Just accept you play terrorism ball. It's fine to admit that. A lot of people would respect Arsenal fans more if they just admitted they play a really ugly style of football.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people would really just would be like, oh, fair play. You know.
No, it's true, and I'm waiting to see these Arteta quotes because I know that they will trigger you. So I've got my phone on notifications. As soon as they come through, I'll read them to you.
We'll be on it, yeah.
We'll be on it. Hopefully it comes out. But yeah, I mean, one more thing on the game. Do you think Pope was wrong to try and kickstart that counter-attack in hindsight?
I saw afterwards he was complaining about it hitting off an elbow or something like that.
Because Gabriel, he caught it and Gabriel nudged him and he dropped the ball. And then he kicked it after that.
Yeah. I'm not sure, to be honest. I listen, like, he's not the type of keeper to be doing that. I think we were only going to score against Arsenal if we did hit them quickly. Alanga just come on the pitch, Harvey Barnes had just come on the pitch, so that's where your pace is, that's where your attacking threat is now that Voltemada's off, Murphy's come off. So I do understand him wanting to play it quickly. Osula looked quite bright when he did come on, holding the ball up, pressing really well. So it looked like up front they wanted to get the ball up there quickly, and they just it didn't work out. I know maybe it's Pope's fault for that reason, but also I don't blame him for trying. Obviously, he's not the best with playing it out of his feet or distributing, but I'm not mad at him trying that. You know what I mean? It did go straight to an Arsenal player the first time he tried it, which was a bit annoying, but what can you do? You know, at least he wants to play it fast. At least they're looking for a win.
Yeah, you know? No, that's true. I did respect that in that way. I mean, obviously the execution could have been better. Arteta said that it's a clear penalty, in my opinion. And he said he's really proud of his team. It's an unbelievable feeling. This is what football's all about.
Yeah, you know what? Fair play. I mean, he's wrong, but everything else is accurate, you know. If this is football, like 90th minute winners, there's nothing like it. But conceding to Gabriel and Arsenal in the 97th minute, there is nothing like it, man.
That is insane.
The teeth! Do you see his teeth?
The fucking veneers, looking at you, staring at you.
Crazy.
And that's two
for you.
two games you've lost at home in stoppage time. Is my prediction for Newcastle having an underwhelming, I won't say flop yet, an underwhelming season, could they be coming true? Or is it too early?
I think we won't stay on it too long. We talked about Newcastle for a bit now. I do think you might be right that Newcastle are having a little bit of a transition season. Losing Isak, they play now a very different. We've played three at the back now more than we've ever played it in previous seasons.
Yeah.
And I'm really unsure as to why. Obviously, a lot of direct passes from the centre back straight through to Voltemada. Burns not really great at it. It's like we have to figure out how to use Voltemada and have people running off of him. But I don't know, sometimes it's working. Other times we look like it's one person holding up and they've got no runners off. Like, we need to have those men running forward. We need to adapt to this new style. And apparently the word on the street with some of the Newcastle journos is that Eddie Howe's looking to play a 4-2-3-1 with Voltemada in the 10 and then having Visser up top. Who knows? You know what I mean? As in having Tonali, Bruno, then having Voltemada, Gordon on the left, Alanga, and then having...
So you'd have to drop Joelin...
Joelinton could then rotate... Yeah, you could rotate between Bruno and Tonali in the DMs. But that's the word on the street. So we have to learn how to play with Voltemada and Alanga because they come from two completely different styles.
Yeah, that's true.
Tough one.
Yeah, tough one. Well done to Arsenal. I mean, we do laugh at them, but they got the result today.